Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಥಿರೈರಂಗೈः ತುಷ್ಟುವಾಂಸಸ್ತನೂभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः Any particular thing you were supposed to be talking today? Huh? Another conscious feeling. Yes. Right. Yes. Contradiction in what? Yes. Acha. Okay. Yeah. Om Sahana Bhavatu Karamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we have seen one thing, that is the consciousness is what we are. And then this consciousness has become matter by giving up its freedom, because consciousness is the freedom. And then by giving up freedom, it becomes something which is individual. Like, for example, uh, the way that I gave the example of the Taittiriya Upanishad, which says that there was only one, Saye Kaha, there's only one thing, that is what is Brahman or consciousness, whatever that you call. It became two on its own choice. In fact, when we say that freedom, the freedom also means that freedom to give up its freedom. We don't allow that, then it is not free. It is only confined to that. It is like saying that you have total freedom to do only good. Then where is the question of freedom only? If you could put a condition like that, I should have a freedom to do good and bad also. So, and it can become two because it has given up the one portion of it, it became the second portion. So therefore it became two. Why it became two? So that interplay wants to enjoy that. That joy. Example that Taittiriya Upanishad gives us is that So now they put together, the hunger and food comes together. You feel the satisfaction. It's like a play. So that's why Leela says that these two became, if one can become two, it can become many. So multiplication is because of that. So this contradicts the rest of the worldview where the creation is a fall. It's not a creation, it's a fall. It's a choice of the consciousness itself that it became two. It's not a fall. It has a capacity to become not only two, many. The simple classical example I thought about is like the way freedom is like having money. You can eat, you can do anything with the money. But in order to eat, you have to give up some portion of the money's freedom to become some food item so that you eat. But then food itself, you cannot do anything else. Whatever the freedom that money had, it has given up its freedom to become food so that it can only help you taking food. So it's our choice. Money gave that money to become something like masala dosa so that I eat. Says that, okay, I want to do this kind of thing. So he gave up its freedom to become Raghuram. It gave up its freedom to become uh, Sampath. So we are all nothing but the same Brahman. This is what Upanishad says. Absolutely your choice. That freedom is there. So now this is there that you do what you want to do it with this to see that like the way that the food and hunger together, you put them together that you get the happiness the same way. Can I make anything for the sake of happiness? Because I gave the freedom to through this transaction possible. So therefore, every human being here has a choice to be happy, choice to be happy, and you don't have to do anything to be happy because that's what is your nature. That's what you need to go back to that nature. That's the only thing. So therefore, essentially, that the and what is the main feature of this? It became to the two start interacting. So karma is the essential feature of the creation itself. Brahman is a karma, creation is karma. That's why we have both these ideas saying that uh, Karana Brahma, then that Karya Brahma, that means Brahman, which is a became the manifested world. So we are all nothing but Brahman. When we say Brahman, this is the idea that we all have the karma is an essential feature of the creation itself. This is what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita that karyate havasha karma sarva prakritajay gunaihi. Karma is going on all the time. You cannot avoid as long as you are in the creation, part of the creation. You can't avoid karma. So some karma or the other you will be doing it. If not anything else, you lie down. Laziness itself is a karma that you do it. So therefore, that this karma, you are doing it, and if you are established yourself in that consciousness and do it, but then what happens is that we forgot our nature is Brahman. Then we think that happiness we get it from the outside. We do something for the sake of happiness. That's what is the rat race for the human being is that he is doing activity for the sake of happiness. I do this, I'll get happiness. I'll do that, I'll get happiness. Now you put various conditions on that. Conditions are not fulfilled, then you are not happy. Not only you are not happy, but then you are under stress. So all these things happen because that the simple reason is that you forgot your nature itself is Brahman. Your nature itself is happiness, blissful state, which is your own nature. This we have seen in both ways. From the consciousness point of view, also we have seen, and the Panchakosha point of view also. Deep inside your very nature itself is the Anandamaya Kosha, and all other things are the equipment like Vijnanamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Annamaya Kosha. These are all the means through which that you work. But then ultimately that your nature itself is Anandamaya Kosha. That's what is the Panchakosha idea. The student finds out Anando Brahmeti Vejanat, my nature is Ananda, Anandadhyeva Khalu Imani Bhutani Jayante. And then he never came back to the teacher, he is established in the state of Ananda. So, in a simple sense, I will tell you, I'll normally present this idea in such a way. What's the difference between a yogi and non-yogi? A non-yogi is somebody who does for the sake of happiness. A yogi happily does it. There's no difference between. So, he does any activity happily, whether it is yogi, do things that I do happily. Because doing it is important for me. Because doing it is looking nobody is a wonderful job. Nobody, but they continue to do it. How do they do it? Happy to do it. You view when it becomes so full, expression of that fullness comes in the form of flowers. I can't do anything but that it just throws out its fullness in the form of expression of flowers. And the flowers are also same way. It is it tries to hold it itself, but so much its fullness is there inside, it just bursts out, and then you get nice, wonderful fragrance. So this whole thing is nothing but an expression of that fullness, that Brahma Sthiti that's there in the nature. River flows, making all the kind of noise, enjoys all that. So therefore, that there is constantly that there is a joy that's coming, provided you have a view like that. If you don't have a view like that, then you have complained about that. Children do it that they don't do anything; they happily do it. They don't have any enjoy it. They do come enjoy. Why did you come? I just came. There is no reason why. There is no question of success or failure. I was looking at like your Balbharti children program. I was looking at one time this children program, and then they all played various animals and all that, and then the children were coming and saying that uh, in the play that I was a peacock and I am Rita, just by name, like that. Another boy came and said, I was I was lamb and I am so and so, like that. So my name is like that. One boy came, was well built up, and he came and he said that I was Nitin and I'm elephant. He messed it up, and when he messed up, everybody started laughing. And oh, no, no, let me correct it. He said, I was Nitin and I'm elephant. Again, the same thing. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. Actually, that became much more hilarious than the drama itself. Enjoy. No question of that. I made a mistake, nothing like that. Enjoy everything. This was the cave that we were as children. We didn't have any of these things. In that case, when we do the work, that is the way that the creation is. And that's how the divinity works. Divinity doesn't care for me. So these are all the things which are very important in the case of how to convert my activity. Activity is essential in this creation. Only thing is that how to see that I can make this activity as blissful, like the way that a meditation can become blissful. This also becomes blissful. That's what is karma yoga. Raja yoga, whatever that you practice, discipline, etc., and you reach that state, and karma yoga also takes you to that state. That's why, because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yat Sankhya prapyate sthanam tad yogair pragamyate. Whatever the Sankhya takes, yoga also takes you the same way. Ekam Sankyam cha yogam cha ya pashyati sapashyati. One who sees these two things are taking the same way, then only he understands clearly what it is. Otherwise, if you do not interpret that way, you try to interpret that one is Sankhya is in one way and then yoga is in a different way. That means you have not understood them clearly. Is jnana. Sankhya means jnana. That's what Shankara says. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yes. So, but more you are aware, yeah, you can be a little bit less stressed out. So, is it being aware? Yes. Awareness of the problems, awareness of the issues. No. Awareness, true awareness is that after all, your nature itself is Brahman, you can happily do it. Then these problems are no more problems. They are just issues that are there. You go through that issues, you do it, work with that. So, yes. Whatever comes. Because beyond point, I don't know if there is consciousness and whatever is happening with us or in our lives also they say apart that a result of what we have done earlier and all that, right? So beyond point we have no control over what is externally going to affect us. So I mean, is it a sort of acceptance that okay, no matter what comes, this will be my state of mind, I will just keep doing irrespective of acceptance part you said is wonderful. But then the second part you said, I don't agree with that. You don't have any control beyond that. It sounds very negative. I know, in the sense, if what you're saying, I mean, there are things to complain about. Right. Right. Yeah, now you come to that. Actually, that's what is the thing. Our suffering is all basically because of complaint. Complaint. If we have complaint, we have suffering. If I have 10 complaints, I have 10 times suffering. So my main cause for suffering is complaint. Yes. Yes. To make everything ready by 6:45. And I will be doing in my own place, and everything will be done fine. But the moment my son starts saying time is up, time is up, time is up, that trailer gets in me. Yeah. And I feel little stressed, right. And I may shout at him. Yeah. That is what I related watching. And like sometimes we cannot avoid those things and like even though we are able to do it, yeah, we are getting reactivate. Like once you plan and then you are confident of doing it, then 100 people say 100 things. Maybe you don't do you you should do it and you're doing it. All right. Why should something interfere with that? You're doing it. Because you can see there is a man already there and doing fast, and he's doing fast. And once he's explore and no question of doing this. Important idea. We no doubt about it. And you plan your work and go ahead doing work. That's what it is required. But what you do work, don't the moment you instead of what initiate. Now it will be done. It will happen. Tomorrow it will told it happened. He told it happened. Now 20 told it happened. It doesn't matter. You can manage it away. It's not a big deal. But what you do never do in the past of people. Moment, moment is what you need moment. Be in that moment. Then you'll be able to do. You keep going to the future. Will it happen? Will it not happen? Will it not happen? Because maybe it is very different also. But only when you planned and you did it, it becomes more to become it. So what you say you did doing activity, activity which will never go beyond activity. Activity belongs to the future. Then movement is important for creation. Movement by movement. So when we, if you to do it. Don't look at something which is very important in the world. You don't come to because it comes to more clearly. You don't among that, now you can see pros and cons about it, but you
So my question to you is, uh, what is going to happen getting that kind of art? If I'm making that kind of art before doing the karma, how to avoid those things? I mean, it's nothing. I will complete. If you think that I can complete that you told that your karma will play a role in the activity karma. No, activity yes.
don't
And the phala is going to be given after that activity is completed. So before that, we will get the thinking that particularly